Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss on the topic breathing. In previous lecture, we were know about the process of respiration and types of respiration. Now here we know about breathing, the process of breathing. Students, breathing is a, you can say that, mechanical process that take place between atmosphere and our lungs. As I was tell you that the intake of oxygen and outtake of carbon dioxide is not respiration. Then here you will recognize about what is that definition. That definition is breathing. It means intake of air which contain more amount of oxygen from the atmosphere through our nose and carried to our lungs. From the lungs, the more amount of air exhale into the atmosphere containing rich amount of carbon dioxide. This process of gaseous exchange is known as breathing. Once again, we will define breathing. Breathing is a process in which intake of oxygenated air is taken from the atmosphere through our nostril into our lungs, and outtake of the carbon dioxide containing air into the atmosphere through our lungs is known as breathing. Students, the process of breathing is completed in two phases. The complexion of breathing has two phases. What are they? First, inspiration. Inspiration, or you can also say it inhalation. 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 Yes, students, the inspiration is also termed as inhalation. What is this? During mechanism of breathing, when we intake the air into our lungs, the volume of our thoracic region get increases due to contraction in the rib cage and the muscles. That's why the volume of our lungs get increases, and that also exert pressure due to contraction on the thoracic muscles. Thus, the size of the thorax get increases. Whereas the another antagonistic phase of inspiration or inhalation is expiration. Is expiration or exhalation. Expiration or exhalation. What is this? This is just opposite to the inspiration. In this, the contrast rib cage and muscles goes on relaxation, due to which the size of the thoracic region attain its normal condition, and the carbon dioxide rich air exhale out into the atmosphere. That is expiration. Once again, we will define the process of inspiration and expiration. Inspiration is the process in which the oxygenated air is intake into our lungs through nostril. The lungs have the number of alveoli in an adult human. There are 75 crores of alveoli found in both lungs. Alveoli are the sac-like, minute sac-like structures has ending are present on the ending of branchioles. They are surrounded by the dense flow of blood capillaries through which the oxygenated air get exchanged into the blood, and the carbon dioxide from the capillary blood is exhaled out into the lungs. Thus, our lungs exhale it during the process of expiration or exhalation into the atmosphere. Now students, thus inspiration is the process by which the more oxygenated or oxygen rich air is intake into our lungs up to the alveoli. Further, the alveoli, that oxygenated blood transfer to our blood and intake carbon dioxide. This is called inspiration. Now expiration. Expiration is the process in which the carbon dioxide from the lungs is exhaled out into the atmosphere. During the inspiration, the size of thoracic region get expand, whereas during expiration, the size of the thoracic region gets or achieve its normal condition. Thus, students, this is the mechanism of breathing. The rate of respiration, or you can say that physical breathing, is 12 to 14 times in a minute in an adult human, whereas it may be up to 44 times in a newly born child or newly born baby. Yes, students, it is up to 44 times in a newly born baby, which just recent takes birth have required more amount of oxygen to perform the all kinds of growth and developmental process, because the rate of metabolism in a newly born child is comparatively more times higher than an adult. Now students, let's come on our topic, the respiratory system of man. Respiratory system of man. Students, I hope before studying respiratory system of man, we will comparatively study about the respiration and breathing. That helps to understand this topic more carefully. This is the oropharynx, and that one is the nasopharynx. This is the slits-like structure that is called glottis. It helps in enclosing of air passages. Now here I draw the upper part of trachea. This is the structure of trachea. The cartilaginous C-shaped ring, it makes the trachea more flexible. And this is the end of the trachea that further branches into two parts, that is called branch. This is the larynx. Four cartilaginous muscles are present on the larynx. Larynx is the voice box, as we know that. This is the nostril, air cavity, pharynx, and this is the nasopharynx, and that is the larynx. This part is the trachea, and this is the branch part of trachea known as bronchus in singular, but its plural is bronch, because it divided into two parts. Further, the bronchus is divided into primary, secondary and tertiary branches. First of all, I here draw the structure of right lungs. It is somewhat larger than the left ones and divided into three major sections by oblique and horizontal fissures. The upper is superior lobe, this is the middle lobe, and that one is the lower lobe. On peeling of pleural membrane, you can look these structures very easily. But this occasion you will find during your MBBS courses. These are the secondary branches of the bronchi, also called branchioles. At the end part of each branchioles, a sac-like, minute sac-like structure is found known as alveoli. These alveoli are the structures that helps in exchange of the oxygen that intake during the process of inhalation. Lungs are covered by a double membranous structure called pleura. The spaces between the both membrane is called pleural cavity. Inside the pleural cavity, a slightly viscous fluid is filled, that is called pleural fluid. The pleural fluid perform very peculiar function inside the lungs, or you can say that pleural cavity. It protects our lungs from any kind of shock and mechanical injuries. It lubricates our lungs and always keep soft and moisture. If the concentration of pleural fluid get increases, then it converts into meconium, a kind of gelatinous fluid, due to which the functioning of lungs get affected. This is the left part of the lungs, left lobe proper. It has also a oblique fissure, but not completely divided into right and left. Now we are going to label this diagram. Our lungs in biologically also known as pulmons, and the Hindi meaning of pulmons is phusphus. Now students, this is the nostril. I am oval shape pair. This is the nasal chamber located just behind the nostril. The nostril opens into the nasal chambers, pharynx, nasopharynx. This is the larynx, the voice box. This is the trachea, also known as windpipe. And these are the cartilaginous rings. Cartilaginous rings, C-shaped, and provides the mobility and elasticity to the trachea. Bronchi, pleural. This is the left lung. pleura membrane. It is double membrane, inner and outer. That is the outer, and this is the inner. The superior lobe of right lung. This is the middle lobe. Lower lobe. Alveolar sac, or you can say that alveolar sac. These are the secondary branchioles, and it further branch into tertiary branchioles. This is the primary branchiole, and these fissures that divides the lungs into superior, middle and lower lobe that are oblique fissure, and this is the horizontal fissures. Fissure means that is a fibrous fiber that provides a septum between these membranes, and that is the right lung. Thus, students, I hope you will know about the respiratory system of man diagrammatically, and we explain theoretically about the particular organs through which the respiratory system of man is consist. In next lecture, thanks students for joining today's lecture.